Hello, welcome to Have a Go, and I'm Alan. Now hopefully today make some more strides on these. You see how they wobble? They're not supposed to wobble. They're supposed to have jib strips in them. The problem being that while the carriage uses 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch jib strips or key stock, these two use 1/4 inch by 1/8 inch key stock, which is surprisingly difficult to get. I did find a place in Australia that stocks it, that only sells to Australians. Fortunately, I know a guy. Many thanks to Nathan from Paul's Garage, who assured me he had no problems at all dealing with Toe Cutter, Immortan Joe, or any other of the roving gangs in the wasteland. I'm joking. So, these are the jib strips, and what is wrong here? Okay, they do fit in there. So that means the next order of business, it's time to cut them to length. I could measure them, or I could just go straight off what the actual casting is. Don't know how well you can see that. Focus. Just made a scratch with the scriber. So off to the bandsaw. And I'm back from the bandsaw, which is having major problems. Old way it is. Oh well, it's a good excuse to sort out the T-nuts for this thing. I've got some new bolts, which should hopefully be the right ones. Right, these are the T-nuts, which will grip into the underside of the bench using those little spikes. And this is an actual bolt that threads into these things. Just about. Right, before I get too carried away, put the one on the other side. This says chrome vanadium. I have my strong doubts. There we go. That won't move much. That's for that one. Now to cut the gib for the compound. This probably isn't necessary, but you know, if you can make it nice, why not? Now that the T-nuts are anchored onto the bottom of the bench, I can undo these by hand and not have to reach underneath with a spanner to hold the nut in place. It's still not quick, mind you, but it's at least a little bit more convenient. Nothing ever comes easy. These are now tightened to where the jib strip will not let this slide at all, which, believe it or not, was on purpose. Rather than drill, I wonder if I can use the centre punch. hoping I could get away with not, but it looks like I do have to drill them. Yes, I am aware of how silly this probably is. However, I have two things in my favour. One, I only want to put a shallow little divot in this. And two, I'm fully prepared to let go and I'm wearing safety glasses. Will that go down far enough? No, it will not. Yep, I can feel them seating a lot better on that. Yep, that's doing nicely. So that's the jib strip for the compound sorted. Speaking of making life easy, I'll take the compound swivel base off. That part down there is where the ways do not slide, and I have seriously screwed up there. Let's put it all back together and try again. Work? Oh no. Finally. After a lot of filing, now to divot those ones. Can't see it very well, but sorry. Close enough and rock and roll, as they say. Now to measure where the feed screw is going to go. I've measured where it's going to go in terms of this direction. Just need to work out how deep down this now. Interesting thing about calipers, as well as measuring something between these, or measuring inside of something with these, you can also use this end to measure the depth of something. The depth of that, for example, is, can you see that? 10.12 millimeters. So 5 will be halfway, which is about there-ish. The problem being, I now need to transfer it to this. Two, 3, 2, 2. Sorry if I'm not talking much, but I'm really trying to concentrate. Okay, there's no way the drill press has enough travel to drill this hole. The diameter of this top hole doesn't matter too much, because it's going to get drilled out to 6 mil anyway for the threaded rod to go through. The placement of this bottom one, however, does matter. Wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to move the drill bit a bit further up in the chuck. I'm trying to position this so that I've got the best light to see what I'm doing, sorry. broken through. That's about what I wanted. I do not think that tap has gone far enough through. I'll find out in half a second. This is M6 threaded rod. And it has just gotten stuck, I believe. Get out the old Sharpie marker. Trying to mark up the threads where it stopped so I know how much depth I've gotten. If it wasn't for that inclusion there, I'd be home and hosed with a clean shirt. This is probably going to end in tears. Now to see if it was a stupid idea that worked. Now remember, the blue Sharpie marker on the rod is where the limit was before. We've got it. It was stupid, but it worked. Very, very, very light pressure for that, I found. Very light. If you put any pressure on it, it'll go horrible again. But it worked. Remember that 5mm through hole we drilled there? Need to make it a 6mm now, so that the feed screw can pass through it. I'm doing this with the hand drill because it doesn't have a show of fitting through the drill press. Right, according to the book we need 8 inches of this stuff. I can't be bothered converting. It's just under 200 from memory anyway. The blocks of wood are to protect the threads on the rod. Right, sorry about the angle here. These should be 6mm shaft collars. I'm going to be very put out if they are not. Okay, remember these are tiny grub screws. Right, one grub screw goes on the inside. The shaft collars have positions for 2 grub screws each, however I'm not 100% sure I want that. Hey, it's sliding out like a real lathe. The wobbling, on the other hand, is because I haven't bolted the feet down. Well, you probably do have some idea, but it's been a lot of work to get to this point. Going in and out like a real lathe. Minor bit of history. If you're thinking to yourself, that is one crusty looking ball handle, you're not wrong. That would be because this is the first ball handle I actually cast. I decided to put it on here out of sentimental reasons. That's the jib blocking screw. Beautiful. Next job, do the same thing to this. And then there will be another lead screw on here. Dead chuffed right now. That's all for now. So, thank you for watching and have a nice day.